Hello everyone, my name is Deckerlink, the trained and professional. Welcome back to EA Sports. It's a visual novel. Son of Psyops in the chat helped me realize that that's EA, Extracurricular Activities. It works. It's cool. On the last episode of this, we started the Dozer route. It was a short episode because of course it was. And then, of course, this one is probably going to be short as well, but, you know, it's what we got to deal with in order to go through the big... Oh, Jesus. Oh, come on. I just want my fucking headphones. I swear to Christ. We're not going to hang out with Coach. Sorry, Coach. We're the cool kids. We got to go to the gym and try to hang out with Dozer. Actually, we're going to stick around, and we've already seen this part too, where we're going to pick Dozer. There we go. Now we're at the beginning of the new shit, which is already halfway through the fucking day, but we have a format, and we have to stick to the format, or else everything explodes or something. I don't know. I think I'll see if Dozer will spot for me today. Oh, Dozer, where'd Chester go?
Darius showed up, so they went off to start some other workouts. You're with me today.
I was gonna ask if you wanted to be my spotter, so I guess that works. What's first?
You could do your bench press now, since me and Chester just did ours. I've already reduced the weight for you.
You don't think I can handle what you guys were doing?
No, and I'd rather you not hurt yourself trying.
A bit blunt, isn't he? Blunt, isn't he? I suppose you're right. I'm not as big as you guys yet. It is impossible to be as big as this. This is unattainable. This is a fantasy. He sat down at the bench and laid back, but Dozer shook his head and motioned for you to stand. What is it?
You can't just start this without stretching first.
Oh, right. You rolled back off the bench and spent a few minutes stretching your body to make sure you were loosened up for the workout ahead. With that done, you returned to your spot on the bench and looked up at Dozer staring down at you.
Take it slow and test the weight first.
It'll do. Pushing up the bar, you sighed inwardly. Does he really think I'm this weak? How much weight is still on here? You let the weights back down so you could ask Dozer. Dozer, it feels like there's hardly any weight on here. I'm not that weak. You can add another weight to each side, and that'll be good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I didn't have any issue lifting this. It won't help me that much, doing weight lighter than what I'm used to.
Okay, I'll add more. Just tell me if it's too much.
Dozer added some extra weights to the bar and stood over you once again, waiting for you to begin the routine. This time, when you pushed up on the bar, you felt it was closer to what you normally do. It was still light compared to what you normally did, but you weren't going to mention it again. Better.
Good. Do 10 reps and we'll do it 3 times.
You grunted your response while focusing on your breathing. Dozer was lowering his hands with you, ready to react if anything went wrong while you were doing your workout. He was watching you the entire time. You noticed his eyes traveling up and down your body like he was examining you. He helped you return the weights. It was time for a small rest.
Your form is good. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah? Good to hear. After I finish here, what do you have in mind next? You began your next repetition while Dozer contemplated your question.
Overhead press next.
I'm not familiar with that one. You'll have to show me. The remainder of your bench press routine went on in silence, and once you were finished, Dozer had you follow him to the squat rack.
You want to go first, or should I?
Well, just admit you don't know how to do it. I'm not even gonna I don't know how to do it. I honestly don't know how to do this exercise. I've never done it before.
Really? No, I guess I'll teach you. Watch me carefully, and I'll show you how it's done first.
Dozer didn't add any weights to the bar on the rack, since he was just demonstrating how it was done.
First, make sure when you hold the bar, you keep it at a shoulder level with your forearms running perpendicular to the floor.
Then I need my glasses. What the fuck am I doing?
Then you push the bar up over your head where the elbows lock, shrugging your shoulders towards the ceiling.
He went through the motions with an empty bar, just so you could watch him.
Try it with just the bar a few times so I can make sure you're doing it right.
Okay. You stepped in and picked up the bar, trying to mimic his stance and how he was holding the bar. You lift the bar over your head several times, and Dozer nodded at you.
Just adjust your grip a little bit so it isn't too wide, and you got it perfect. He added a couple of weights to the bar and stepped back. You go first. This routine uses light weights, so don't feel insulted by the lack of. When you grabbed the bar, it did feel unusually light to you, but you took Dozer's word for it and began your lifting. After your first 5 lifts, you were beginning to understand why he said it was done with light weights. You were feeling a burn from it already. In time, you finished your 5th rep, and by then your body was beginning to hate you. You feel it, don't you? As he waited for your reply, he was adding more and more weights to the bar. You didn't think he could lift the bar off the rack, let alone raise it over your head with that much weight on it. Yeah, that's a lot of weight you put on there. If that's what you do, explains why you're so huge. He chuckled and as he grabbed the bar. Been doing this a while now, so I guess this is a part of it. With a grunt, he lifted the bar up and began his routine. Every time he pushed the weights over his head, you could see how his muscles bulge out. His scales were glistening with sweat when he was done, and his shirt was starting to cling to his body, showing off his thick form even better. Thick! Deckerlink doing squats? Yeah, that's a fucking fiction right there. Jeez, it's hot in here today. You grabbed a towel and tossed it to him so he could wipe himself off. Oh, thanks. Let's just do squats. Oh god, but the squats again. Let's just do squats since we're already here. Those I know how to do. Let's get to it. You can take it first then, and I'll just add more weights for mine. Okay. With the bar ready for you, you positioned the bar on your shoulders and pushed up. Watching the mirror in front of yourself, you made sure your stance was correct and squatted down with the weights on your shoulders. You noticed while you were doing the exercise, Dozer was standing back watching you again. You could see him nodding, so you were confident you were doing this one correctly. Once you finished, Dozer passed you the same towel he had used. Ew. You're pretty wet now, so here. Oh, thanks. It's still pretty damp from when he used it. I don't think it'll help me much. Again, he looked... Oh god, is this a sweat fetish one? I mean, they already have the musk fetish one for Chester. I don't... Oh god. Again, he loaded on more weights than what you had used before beginning the exercise. As he had done, you stood back and watched him. You were admiring the amount of weight he was pushing up, and you noticed something else. Every time he would squat, he was using his tail to balance himself. While watching him using his thick tail, you couldn't help but notice his butt pressing tight against his shorts. He do have the booty, it would seem. God, he's thick all over, isn't he? He's thick. Spotters, some guidance? Dozer was trying to rest the bar back on the rack, and you had rushed up behind him to help settle the weights. Sorry, I was thinking. Gotta pay attention in here, Grant. Though I think that's all I feel like doing today. I really need to get working my math homework a bit. It's not a bad idea. Finished most of mine already. Did you? Yeah, it's not too bad. Just really need to glance back over mine. Oh, well, what is it? Do you think you could help me out with it? Yeah, I can. It'll give me a chance to review my own work, too. Cool. Let's get changed. Then we can head over to the library if you want. Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, guys, you done, too? Yeah, we were about to head to the library to work on math. Where's Darius? He got distracted flirting with some guy, and he vanished on me. It's why I'm here. We're getting ready to leave. At least we got some exercise done. Sounds like Darius. I'd join you guys in the library, but I'm gonna go eat instead. Kinda hungry after the workout. Your go is gonna have that gut if you keep eating like you do, Chester. I don't mind, Dad. I'm pretty thick, and you can clearly tell there's a lot of muscle in here. Yeah, he does look a lot more like lean meat. Lean meat. I just said that. Than he did in the old art. Chester flexed his biceps, and Dozer countered by flexing too. And our main character just fucking exploded. He was just like... nosebleed and everything. Chester flexed his... countered flexing. Dozer was even thicker than Chester when it came to his body. Well, you've got a ways to go if you catch up to me. And here I am, barely able to compare to either of you. Oh my, and he's in the middle too. Oh my. Some of us have some natural bulk, but with work, you'll get there. Yeah, I think I'll catch up to you eventually, Dozer. I'll see you two later, though. I'm heading off.
See ya, Chester.
Later. We should get moving, too.
Ooh, shit, with the flipping and shit.
I appreciate you helping me.
Sure thing.
Ah, damn it.
Whoa, facial expression. What's the matter?
My drink leaked all over my clean shirt. Guess I'll have to dry off and just keep the muscle shirt on. Or stay shirtless. The muscle shirt doesn't have to do much to hide his body anyway. And neither does the rest of his clothes for that matter.
Yeesh, that's no good. You have a dry towel, right? Mine's a bit wet already.
Yeah, I got one.
It's the flipping and moving around and shit. It's like a real game now. Oh my god. You finished changing your clothes while Dozer was busy wiping himself down with a towel. You heard him spray what you assumed it was deodorant after smelling it, and when you turned around he was sliding on his shirt. Ready to go?
Yeah.
Oh, there's the old picture for the library, looking like a RuneScape fucking nightmare.
Thanks for helping. Math has never really been a strong point for me.
Wonder if Waffle is still here after that whole thing with fucking curse mark. No problem. I'm not the greatest at it, but I do have a good grasp on what we're doing right now. Let me take a look at your wake. Dozer passed you a sheet of paper and you glanced over it quickly. You cringed, barely able to make out most of what he had written down. Several minutes passed and you started to see patterns in his work where he was making mistakes. So, from what I can see here, you're just getting your signs mixed up from what you're multiplying or dividing. The rest of your work is mostly accurate, but you're missing your signs, and it's throwing off the final answer.
Of course that's the problem.
Don't worry, what I'd suggest doing before you start your work, just write down the signs on the top of your paper. You know, positive times negative is positive, positive times negative is negative, negative times negative is positive. It'll help out, and it'll reinforce it.
Okay, I'll give that a try. What else is wrong, though?
Well, you sat next to Dozer and went over the first problem in the homework with him, having him work the problem out step by step while you observed. You worked through the problem after problem, making sure to point out any mistakes along the way so he could correct them. Eventually, he was working through them without any issues.
Some of this makes so much more sense now. I really appreciate the help, Grant.
You're welcome. Just ask me anytime you need some help.
I used to have someone that helped me with this stuff, but since I moved out here for college, I don't have him around.
Should we ask about the person? Ask about the person. A good friend back home?
You could say that. I could always count on him if I needed help.
He sighed and moved on to the next problem. I might not be the same as him, but I'm always willing to help if you need it, alright?
I'll keep it in mind. After this problem, I think I'll be good to finish the rest on my own.
Oh, sure thing. I have a few more problems to do too, so I'll just work on mine while I'm here. Just ask if you have any questions about it. The only sound to be heard was pencil scrawling on paper while the two of you continued to work. Dozer finally put his pencil down and started to pack things away in his bag. Done?
Yeah, I think I'll finish the rest at home. Thanks for helping.
Anytime, Dozer. I guess I'll catch you at practice tomorrow.
Later, Grant.
I'm almost done here, so I'll just finish up and head home. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, I've been the trained up professional speaker with the voice in my head when I say, fare thee well. Bye, everybody!